There you go, guys. Another video on rod holders. These have got the Aero bolt Huck aluminium rivets in them, which is great for resistance to corrosion or electrolysis or galvanic corrosion, whatever you want to call it, because they're all the same metal. Only problem with them is that they're not as strong as a nut and bolt setup, so as soon as one gives a little bit, then it will bend the gunnel and it will sort of cleaver the rod holder. So by bolting them, we will push the rod holders to the limits, but I'm interested to see where that breaking point is, or whether we get to it at all. So this is what I'm going to replace them with, is countersunk M20 M6 40mm long 316 bolts. We'll see how they go. I'm not going to put a backer behind these ones because I'm interested to see how it goes without a backer. You'll see my other video. This rod holder over here, I've gone the full shebang. I've gone washers, stainless bolts, and a backing plate behind, because that actually did bend the gunnel a bit. So, and then I've also put a keeper there so I can clip on a lanyard. But that's basically strong as you can get on that side. But the only other issue that I found by taking that other one out was that salt water is entering under here and starting to cause a bit of corrosion. So I wanted to actually remove all these and seal behind them, because the manufacturer never bothered to bed them in with a compound of sorts. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So I'll start off by removing these fixings. So I'll see if I can capture this on film, but I'll just use automatic center punch and then get that in the center of the rivet, and then just keep pushing it till it fires out the pin, and I'll show you how I go about drilling them out. So as you can see in the film here, I've gripped onto the bottom of the rivet with a set of vice grips to stop it spinning, and I'll drill it out with a 5mm drill bit. And once I've done all those, I'll show you next step. As you can see, remove that rod holder, and you can see a fair bit of corrosion starting to happen here. You can see the surrounding metal, so that's basically the salt just sitting there and oxidising the alley and pitting it and stuff like that. So you want to stop that. So that's a bit of a party foul on the manufacturer's behalf. And you can see those rivets were countersunk, so we'll try without the mudguard washers and all that and see how they hold up with the countersunk jobbies. A bit more aesthetically pleasing, but the other rod holder was too far gone to do that job on. So, and this one here is a little bit different. It's got a cable tray underneath to house all the cabling. So next step will be to clean this area up and mask it off in preparation for bedding the rod holder in. Alright guys, forgot to mention, I ended up switching out that 5mm drill bit for a 6, and that was the perfect size to get those Huck bolts out, or pop roots, whatever. This is what I'm going to use to fix the rod holders in. The bolts I discussed earlier, spring washers, mud cup washers, and then nylon washers and some nylocks hold it in place. You want to mask it off so you can so you don't get Sikaflex everywhere. I'm going to use Sika 291. This one's going to be fun to get to the bolts, but I won't get that on film because I don't have a spare hand doing this. Yeah, so I'll apply Sika around there, and I'll place this in, and hopefully it doesn't make too much of a mess. Alright, I'll show you the next step. You want to apply enough silica to the shank to go through the shank of the bolts, cover the bottom of the countersunk and enough of the thickness of the material. So you've got an insulating material between the different dissimilar metals, and then you want to apply enough Sika to cover the bottom of the base, so when it's pressed down there's no air pockets or anything. I just use the tip of the nozzle to spread that around, but you can use your fingers if you're wearing gloves. And yeah, just beware, it's quite a messy job, so you want to mask everything up and have some gloves and all that sort of clean up material. I'm just using terps and methylated spirits. Alcohol's another good one. Yeah, and you want to make sure everything's clean beforehand. Double clean down your surfaces with a solvent, all your fixings and all that, so you get a good bond. Alright, I'll get that in place. Alright guys, I've got that rod holder in. I'm not going to lie, that was an absolute pain in the ass. Probably took me about 20 minutes, to the point where the Sikaflex was starting to skin off, which was not great. You've only got half an hour to work with the 291 before it gets too unworkable. So in future, what you want to do is, especially this bolt here and that bolt there was real hard to get to because of that other plate underneath. You want to make yourself up your fixing all taped together, so your washers, your spring washer, your nylock, all that. Just trying to get them with no access, I end up skipping the spring washer on this one and this one because it was just an absolute pain in the ass. Got the nylock on and the mudguard washer and the all that, but yeah, just maybe scared it out a bit better how you're going to get to the how you're going to get to the fixings, because it was a pain in the ass, and then had glue all over me everywhere trying to get to it. So maybe have a dry fit first, see how it goes before you go for it. So I can understand why they didn't do it, but even a nice like a butyl or like a gasket of some sort before I riveted in would have been better. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this rod holder's done. I'll probably do this one and then that one over there. That one's already done, and these ones here, I don't know how much I'm going to use them. I can't say I really use them other than just holding things. So we'll see how easy they are to get to, and we'll work it out from there. But that didn't turn out too bad. Those bolts countersinking nice, so it sort of looks factory compared to. It looks the same really, maybe if not a bit nicer with the bling. But yeah, pretty happy with that. I've cleaned it all up, so yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, trying to get to those fixings, you can imagine, it's a bloody nightmare. Alright, this one's even worse because it's probably worth doing when the cup holder's out, because that's all the excess you got. Yep. So they're all varying levels of difficulty, but yeah, that's what that one looks like underneath. So this one's actually not too bad corrosion wise. The other ones are a lot worse, so yeah, just we'll rinse and repeat. Take two. So I'm going to start this one. I've got all my nuts, washers and all that nuts prepped, got the bolts all cleaned up, gloves on, all this is cleaned up, that's ready cleaned up, got some stuff ready to go, and got the towel, so hopefully we have a better run with this one. Alright, we'll see how we go. Managed to do this one alright. A lot easier if you got everything prepped ready to go and you give it a bit of a dummy run first. Definitely got that one in before it started going tacky, so pretty stoked. Look good. Well, decided to do the port side. Corrosion's not too bad on this one either. and then the port side's a lot easier. There's no bracketry underneath, and I will do these ones, but I think I'll do it tomorrow. 3's enough for one night, I reckon. Yeah, happy days. Right, ladies and gents, it's worth adding when you're making up these little washer nut bolt jobbies with the tape there. Just leave yourself a tag in, so once you get behind the rod holder, you can just grab it and rip it off, so you can get your spanner on the end of the nut. Yeah, we're constantly evolving here, and leave yourself a little tag so you can easily unravel the masking tape where you can if it's hard to get to. Righto, that's the last one I've done. Just after doing 3, you definitely do get a lot quicker. Thing I would say is this marine sticker, it dries by moisture in the air, curing the polyurethane, whatever it is. So I tape it up and tape the end up with electrical tape a few times, and that seems to get a plug in the end no matter what you do. And then you just got to pop that plug out, and then that's fresh sticker in there, so you can get a fair life out of the tube. Yeah, just with how it went, yeah, not too bad. It just you got to have everything prepped ready to go if you're using fast cure stuff. Otherwise, if you're a bit slow, probably get some slow cure stuff. Yeah, it all depends on how soon you need the boat and all that sort of stuff. This stuff should be right in 24 hours, where other stuff might take a week. And just with this one that I've had already pre-bent, I might actually see how these ones I've used with the countersink bolts, see how they hold up, and if they hold up alright, I might swap these out for the countersinks. This was just what I had on hand, and I thought this would be a bit reinforced, but you can see the washer's already cupping a bit. Maybe I over tightened them, but yeah, this one is the one that got bent with the electric reel, so I'm just sort of doing this as preventative work, and I'll get to those other 2 tomorrow most likely. But yeah, just finding with the stabby, just having to bed in stuff, like even the cup holders, they were just held in place with like VHB tape, like double-sided tape. Not even good stuff. So yeah, you just have to, unfortunately, I don't think it matters what boat you've got, to do a bit of work to it. Yeah, but that's all. That was pretty smooth, other than that one there with the bracket around it. That was a pain in the ass. Make sure you got gloves, terps or methylated spirits, bloody alcohol, whatever, plenty of paper towel, and yeah, masking tape's a must. Yeah, alright, if you like what you've seen, it would help us out if you could subscribe and chuck us a like. Alright, cheers.